Peace and welcome to Earth Crowns. Today I'm going to do an instructional tutorial. It's kind of like a two-in-one instructional tutorial because I will be featuring two styles of crowns that I created, and the reason why I'm putting them together is because I actually used it's a two scarf crown, so I actually used the two fabrics or scarves in variation to make these two styles. I was getting ready to go out, and that's usually my process as of lately, is that I don't think in advance. Sometimes I do have an idea in advance, other times, and in this particular situation, I didn't have an idea. I was getting ready to go out. I was gonna just do, something fast, something regular, and then just this crown just manifested itself. And when I got back home, I took off a part of one of the scarves that I was using, and then it turned into something totally new, and I saw it and I was like, oh, okay, I can totally go with this. And that was the second crown design that you'll see in this video. And so the first crown, I've named it Birds by the Stream crown, because one of the scarves is the solid color scarf that I'm using. I kind of swoop it over, and you'll see, and it gives this effect that and mind you, the other, it's a printed scarf. That one has birds on it, and so that's where the birds part comes from. And so, it kind of, it's like birds are by a stream, and it's water, and birds do need water as well, and they do need to drink water as well. So that's why I named it that. And the second variation of the crown, it literally looks like if it's kind of like birds nesting. I call it birds nesting or bird's nest crown, because the actual shape of the scarf kind of resembled, like, I don't know if if you guys have ever been when you were kids, if you've ever seen what an actual bird's nest looks like. So it kind of has like that oval shape to it, and the scarf is actually it's printed birds on it. So it's two rectangular scarves. I'm gonna go ahead and show you the scarves. So this is the first scarf. This is considered a denim blue, and this is a gray scarf, and it's supposed to be cherry blossoms, and I think those are hummingbirds. So this is the star of the crown. So I'm gonna start with this with the blue scarf. I am going to fold it in, as I usually say, about 1/3 of the way. Okay, so here it is. Okay, I'm going to make sure that the tails, excuse me 1 minute, that the right side, that the tail is a bit longer on my right side, because I want, when I tie it in the back, I want my left side, which is your right side, to have the longer tail. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just quickly tie it here in the back. Okay. I'm finding the openings of this, and I'm just gonna move this up and try to find somewhere like here to tuck in like the last little bit of tail. And this, don't worry about it, because it's going to be covered by the second scarf. Now I have the tail. I'm gonna come back to this tail later on. Okay, I'm gonna just put it in the back here. And now I am working with this scarf. Now what I will do is, I'm coming from the bottom up, this scarf is pretty long. I forgot the actual measurements of the scarf, so I'm actually folding it literally in half, okay? And I'm going to just move back so you can see. Okay, I am going to just bring this up, make sure that the tails are matching, okay, are the same length, and they are, okay. Fold it. I'm just folding it a tiny bit here at the top, and then I'm bringing this up, and I'm going to tie it. Right now it looks like one big old mess, but it'll come through. And going to fold it. Okay, and this is actually pretty cute, and this is part of the design itself, is this thing it does here. Okay, now what I'm just gonna do is kind of just like fix it a little bit. Okay, and just tuck these little things in here, okay? And if you notice, this is on the center. It's on the top center of my head, okay? Now, I'm going to take this tail first, and I'm bringing it to the side, okay, like this, and I'm tucking in the tail, the last part of the tail, and I'm leaving this kind of like this, okay, and I'm bringing this tail over, okay, and tucking it in here, okay. And now I'm just going to play around with this a little bit, kind of and insert those tails in more, bring this in a little bit more, okay, and this looks fine, right? And then what I'm gonna do is, I know it was on my left side, right? But originally, when I first did it, I had no idea what I was doing. I was just gonna go outside, and usually things just work themselves as I'm wrapping. And so it just so happened that this was on the left. So I was like, wait, I need to move this more to the right for what I thought of at the moment. So okay, I'm just looking for the openings. And I'm just gonna fold this as best of my ability, and I'm bringing this up, okay, and I am scooping this. I'll be scooping this and actually inserting this up here, okay, but then and then I'm gonna like actually open this scarf a little bit more, okay, and bring some of it from the back in here. Okay, so this is what I had done. This is the end result. So I'm gonna turn around so that you can see the style. And now I am going to move on to the second style. So I basically just brought this down, right? And I started to kind of manipulate. Actually, I had been wearing this for a while. So the way that it happened was that I was wearing this for a while, and then when I took this off, it just fell. I mean, it's pretty sturdy, as you can see. Look, I'm shaking it, but it just kind of fell. I saw the shape, and I just started to play around with the scarf a little bit, and eventually the shape itself revealed itself to me. So that's kind of how that happened. And if you can see right now, I'm kind of replicating that motion. and I'm just basically moving it. And it's interesting, a lot of people told me that this kind of resembled a kind of like a beret, which I found pretty interesting, that it, you know, people saw it as resembling a beret, which when you look at it closely, it did. And if I have not mentioned it yet, this crown I called Bird's Nest, because, well, as you can see, the main scarf, right, it's a scarf with cherry blossoms and the hummingbirds. And when you look at the shape of a nest, it's not necessarily like this, it's more inward, right? But it did remind me of, you know, it's the birds, and it did take on that oval shape of the nest of the birds. So that's why the name. So I'm just looking at it right now to make sure that, you know, I'm not missing anything. And again, as I said before, I'm not able to replicate it exactly as I first did it, but this is the closest. Now I'm gonna work with this tail, and really what I'm doing with the tail, and I'm just gonna move this a little bit, I am looking for the open ends, right? And I'm just bringing it together, folding it in as best as I can, and I am bringing this in a diagonal manner. And you've probably seen me do this in other videos before. Actually, the first video I ever made is kind of like a design like this. And now I hold it here, right, with my fingers, and now I am twisting this other end. And what I'm doing is I'm just bringing it, I'm tucking it into the cap that you saw me wearing, and I'm gonna move it I'm gonna move it more up, is what I was doing. So just gonna play with this a little bit more, and I am just gonna play with this tool. Okay, I'm gonna kind of want the twist to go with this edge here, right? And it looks okay to me. And I want to finish this off with these earrings. This is one of them, and getting the other one. This is the other one, and these are earrings made by the artist Romel Jasir. And what I love about these earrings is that you actually you feel like you're carrying a work of art with you, and it's kind of like carrying a snippet, a tiny piece of the overall paintings that he does. So here you have it. This is the bird's nest crown, and I can go on and on just like playing with this, but I'm gonna turn around so that you can see the final product. And there you have it. I'm gonna show you all angles. So thank you for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, a 2-in-1 tutorial. So it's actually 2 styles in one. And peace.